Hello, my wonderful Capricorns. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Okay, guys, so the first card we have is grief, okay, and then we have distraction, okay. I'm getting a very clear message here, guys, that someone is really missing you, okay? Feeling very nostalgic about you or this connection this week, but they're not wanting to feel that way, or there could be something that they're using as a distraction, or maybe picking up on a coping mechanism that feels a bit unhealthy or is not the best. I'm also getting a message here where someone could be regretting falling into some sort of temptation or making an impulsive decision, focusing on the wrong thing or giving their attention to the wrong thing while they had something that was valuable in front of them. Yes, there is a lot that this person is realizing, but there's a lot that they're having a hard time accepting. Could be picking up on, someone who's in like a state of denial as well. Let's see. We have the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck and the Devil. There's something like pertaining to an impulsive decision or doing what they felt like doing in the moment, but not realizing how it would backfire on them, later on. Like, it's someone who's heavily fixated on you this week. I will say that there's a lot of attraction, there's a lot of passion, but there's also regret for making the wrong decision or doing what felt right in the moment without thinking about the future repercussions of that decision. There could also be something that this person communicated to you, or just something that they've done to you that they feel really, really bad for, or it's weighing very heavily on their mind to the point where they're trying to not focus on it, or trying to distract themselves from letting it consume them. Okay, I'm going to start off by seeing how you are being viewed this week. The Moon card. Can't figure you out. This person can't seem to figure you out. They're viewing you in, or for the Moon card, in terms of how they're viewing you or the situation, they may feel like there's a lot in the unknown. There's a lot that they're trying to figure out about you, or they really want to know where you stand or how you feel, but it seems like that's all in the dark, or it could be letting me know that there's a lack of communication between the both of you as well. Some of you are dealing with the Pisces. Now, there's a very hidden aspect of this relationship that is being highlighted for this person this week. Whether it's they were not showing you a side of them, whether it's something that they were intentionally or purposely keeping away from you. Like, what was hidden or the secrecy in this connection is definitely something that is resurfacing for them this week. There could even be some sort of suspicion that this person has, when it comes to you or the connection with you, like whether it's someone who's trying to figure you out, but they're jumping to assumptions, or they're suspecting, something about you. It doesn't have to be the truth, but it could just be something that, they're thinking about, or how they're perceiving the situation here because of the lack of clarity. We have the Ace of Cups, followed by the Nine of Swords in the challenge position, wanting a new beginning, but not knowing if that, or not knowing if that could be realistic. Something about it feels like it's not tangible. Nine of Swords is someone who's stressing out, who's overthinking, maybe even over analyzing to the point where they're talking themselves out of, reaching out or finding a solution. But I'm strongly getting that they feel very restless. Yes, there is a desire for a new beginning, but they're still holding on to a level of guilt. Or there's something very hidden or something that they're not ready to speak about here. This person could be just regretting like a specific decision or multiple decisions that they've made in the past, but they're not really sure how to reverse the effects of that. Or maybe why reconciling doesn't seem realistic is because of all that has been done and said. And so at this point, it's hard for them to realize or believe that you guys can actually have a new beginning. Because as much as it's in their desires, it's also popping up in the challenge position where it's like, yes, I want a new beginning, but I don't know if I can actually attain that. A lot of overthinking, and I feel like this person is thinking about you quite a bit this week as well. How are you viewing them? The Temperance. You want to restore some sort of balance in this connection, maybe wanting to feel more at peace, whether it's you want to converse with this person, whether it's you just want to make peace with something so that you can move forward, but you're tired of feeling conflicted or holding on to a level of hurt here. Some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. You also feel like you've met this person for a reason. Even if there were a lot of lessons in this connection, you definitely feel like you've not only learned a lot about relationships and people, but it could have opened you up to a lot, or learning a lot about yourself as well. But I'm strongly getting wanting to make peace with something, even if it is for the sake of moving past it entirely. Just not wanting to constantly revisit it or hold on to any anger or hurt or frustration. In your feelings, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Pages in the deck are usually messengers, so there could be an incoming message. For others of you with the Five of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, you may be feeling an urge to break the silence this week. Because Five of Pentacles being the first card in your feelings lets me know that you are missing this person, but you also feel that you guys are not communicating with each other or you don't have access to this person. If it's not about you not having access to this person, it could be that you're not really sure what to say or how to initiate a conversation with this person this week. You feel like there's a lot that you don't know. You could be curious about, what's going to happen moving forward, but the Five of Pentacles could also be like a mentality of lack where you feel like you don't have enough or know enough to proceed with something that you want to do. Like some of you really want to speak to this person, but you really don't know where their head's at, or you don't know what they're up to, and you don't want to make a situation worse than it is. You're like, if I communicate with this person, is it actually going to change anything? Or am I going to regret initiating that conversation in the first place? That's what's going on in your feelings. And then we have, the Three of Swords in your feelings and the Six of Cups. You definitely could be feeling an urge to reach out to this person this week because you're really missing them. When the Six of Cups comes up, in the feelings, and it's in your feelings here, you're being reminded of the promises that you guys have made each other. It seems to me that this is a connection that you had high hopes for. But when you have it with a Three of Swords, you also feel very hurt by this person. So it's causing you to feel torn. You're like, I miss them, but I feel hurt by them. I want to speak to them, but is me reaching out going to change anything? Right? So there's a bit of a back and forth energy in your feelings, and it's stemming from a space of, I really do want to, move past the hurt, but I can't help how I feel. There's something pertaining to the past that you share with this person that you're constantly being reminded of this week. And it could be, very hurtful emotions that you've suppressed that are coming to the surface for you. So that you could deal with them for once and for all, not coming up to the surface so to cause you to dwell or anything negative, but just so that you could heal that aspect, specifically with the Temperance, right? It's like, whether it's something you're being reminded of, whether it's emotions that you've been avoiding, it's coming to the surface so that you could feel them, right? And allow yourself to feel so that you can move forward or move on here. But I am strongly getting that you may feel torn this week because you are missing this person, and there is like a very nostalgic energy in your feelings, whether it's you're constantly receiving signs about them or you're just, constantly reminded of them. We have the High Priestess clarifying the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords clarifying the Nine of Swords. There's something that came to light in this connection that is really stressing this person out. Whether it's an energy of I feel exposed or something came out before I was ready for it to come out. High Priestess, it could have been a secret, or there could have been many secrets in this connection here, because the High Priestess and the Moon card in the same spread is someone who is viewing the connection as, okay, there's a lot in the unknown, or there's a lot that was left unsaid. There's a lot that I did not communicate to Capricorn, And the Nine of Swords and the Ace of Swords, there's some sort of truth that is stressing this person out. And I strongly get that it's someone who wants to speak to you. They feel like opening up or, conversing with you will lead to a breakthrough in this situation here. But there's also an energy of being very held back with the High Priestess. And there may be, secrecy in this connection, but it's also someone who's struggling to admit to that or, bring it to the forefront. High Priestess could be that this person knows exactly what you want to hear or what you want to talk about, but they're not comfortable with speaking about that, so they're choosing to remain held back. There could be some strategy behind their actions here, but there's also a lot of stress and anxiety with the Nine of Swords. Not knowing if they can figure out the right thing to say. Overthinking something and maybe thinking of the worst case scenario. A situation definitely seems a lot more complex in their mind than the reality of it. Or the more they overthink a situation, the more they talk themselves out of doing something about it. I'm strongly getting that. Hence why those cards are coming up in the challenge position. Two aces there, which is this desire for a breakthrough or a new beginning, but you have the High Priestess and the Nine of Swords, someone who's keeping to themselves, but it's also driving them up a wall because they're just on their own thinking these thoughts and feeling these feelings and not communicating with you. And so, there's a lack of clarity. It's just what's going on in their mind is their truth of the situation when, there is another side to the situation or another perspective if there were to be a conversation here or if this person were to reach out. But they're definitely someone who's struggling to open up to you this week. Yeah, Nine of Wands. You could have this person blocked or there's some sort of blocks in communication. The Strength card, wow. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo. You have someone who's very determined to remain held back. Yes, they're thinking of you. Yes, they're analyzing the situation, but there's some sort of discomfort that they feel with opening up to you emotionally this week. Whether it's if I open up, I need to take accountability for something and I'm not ready to do that. Whether it's I want to speak to Capricorn, but I don't want to speak about said thing, but I feel like Capricorn is going to bring up said thing, right? So there's some sort of discomfort with opening up to you, a very guarded energy. Strength card is, a very held back energy, but it does touch on very deep emotions. So, this person still feels connected to you, hence why they're, bothered by the lack of communication or they're still thinking of you. But there's something here where it's like, I don't want to reach out because I'm not ready to speak about said thing. We have the Nine of Pentacles in their feelings and the Page of Pentacles. There could be something that this person is trying to work on in terms of like it could be self-development or something that they want to alter about themselves. But for others of you, it's just working on their stability. Nine of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. They could have recently got a new job or there's something here that they're doing differently in order to feel more stable. The Two of Swords. The uncertainty is what is really driving this person crazy. It's like, okay, I want to reach out, I want to speak to Capricorn, but I don't know what's going to happen next. When it comes to the future of this connection, it seems very blurry to them in their feelings is what I see with the Two of Swords. Two of Swords could also be having a hard time seeing how you can approach something or do something differently. Right? And we do have the Nine of Swords in the challenge position, which is like, I want things to change. I want to have a new beginning, but I've always spoke to Capricorn this way, or it's always been like this between Capricorn and I. So how is it going to be different? Or how do I change things? And that's what they're struggling with. The Star card, some of you could be dealing with an Aquarius and the Nine of Cups in the potential outcome. What's the Star card? Ten of Swords, Nine of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. Someone who feels like they need to heal from what has occurred between the both of you, and there could be some sort of some form of disrespect or betrayal that they're being reminded of. So star card is a card of healing, and we have the 9 of cups, which is this person still not only just feeling connected to you, but feeling like being with you or the connection with you makes them very happy. And 8 of pentacles is practical effort, so they want to work on things with you, but they feel they need to heal something from the past. This is also someone who may want to reconnect with you, but is not okay with speaking about something from the past, feeling like that's going to be too triggering, or that's something that they want to kind of like sweep under the rug here. Yes, they want to work something out with you. Yes, they still feel connected to you, but even though they're trying to heal from the past or accept it, that is one of the main things that they're facing difficulty with. Okay, let's see. What do they want to communicate? I wonder if you are happy without me. So this person could be wondering if you're doing better off without them in your life. It says, we need to let each other go. That could be the 10 of Swords and the Star card. I want to heal this, but I feel like that's the wrong thing to do. I left you before you could leave me. So this person could have abandoned the situation, or it was a case of self-sabotage. You were the best thing in my life. And again, the connection is still here, but they feel like there has been too much secrecy or something they need to own up to, which they feel uncomfortable doing. Just being near you is intoxicating. So a lot of attraction here as well. And bottom of the deck, it reads, I can't stop thinking about you. That's that 9 of Swords. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.